Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going straight into a really inspiring story unfolding in education. We're using the DBPC report 2023-25 as our guide here.
Right. It details this pretty powerful collaboration between international STEAM research, ISR, and Don Bosco School in Park Circus.
Exactly. And if you've ever wondered how schools are, really preparing students for the future, this deep dive should give you some, fascinating answers.
Looking at their innovative STEAM curriculum.
Yeah. Our mission today is basically to pull out the core of this partnership, understand its real impact on students, and really focus on the forward-thinking ways they're building those crucial future skills.
And what jumps out right away, I think, is the leadership. The report really highlights Father V.C. George at Don Bosco. It wasn't just like adding a program.
No, it feels more fundamental, a shift driven by a clear vision for Education 4.0, as the report puts it.
And Don Bosco's been around since 1958, so for them to embrace this, it's significant.
It really is.
Yeah.
And this partnership with ISR, it's not just an add-on, is it? They call it a powerful catalyst for change. So what's the kind of essential change they're aiming for?
Well, the big goal seems to be developing future-ready leaders, not just students who absorb information,
Yeah, more active.
Yeah, active creators. They want a culture of creativity and innovation. Students actually experimenting, turning ideas into real things, tangible solutions.
Okay, so driving innovation themselves. That makes sense. And the report also talks about building unwavering confidence and dynamic leadership. How does STEAM specifically help with that?
That's actually a key part. The STEAM framework naturally brings in collaboration, presentations, managing projects.
Ah, okay. So it's baked in.
Exactly. It's not separate skills training. When they work on an engineering challenge or present science findings or manage building something tech-based, they are building confidence. They are learning leadership.
Right. Practical application builds those real skills. But it's not just about academic or career stuff, is it? They also mention breaking barriers and equity in STEAM. Why is that important here?
Oh, definitely. It's a conscious effort. Creating an environment where, biases and stereotypes don't hold students back from exploring science, tech, engineering, arts, math. It's about leveling the playing field, really, encouraging everyone, regardless of background.
Okay, so let's dig into the methodology itself. ISR's AI-powered STEAM experiential learning. That sounds pretty advanced. What makes it different?
I think the key is how it blends sustainability, inclusivity, and this interdisciplinary approach, all boosted by AI within an experiential framework.
Right.
So unlike traditional education, where subjects are often siloed, STEAM connects them. And this specific methodology aims for invention literacy.
Invention literacy, I like that.
Yeah, basically understanding and engaging with how invention happens, plus developing those higher-order thinking skills you need for complex problems.
And it aligns with existing educational ideas, doesn't it? The report mentions frameworks.
It does. It's grounded in Bloom's taxonomy, moving beyond memorization to analysis, creation, and the 4 C's of 21st century skills.
Critical thinking, collaboration, communication, creativity. Got it.
Spot on. And interestingly, they've mapped it onto India's National Education Policy, NEP 2020 structure, so it fits across the different stages, foundation right through to secondary.
So it integrates rather than replaces. And this inclusive learning environment, what does that actually look like day to day for a student?
It means creating a space where they feel safe to tackle real-world problems, do their own research, think critically, work together.
Okay.
And the report makes a crucial point. The journey to finding a solution is as important as the solution itself.
That's a big shift in focus, valuing the process.
Exactly. Exploration, discovery, not just getting the right answer.
And the long-term goal of this whole methodology.
Ultimately, it's about nurturing lifelong learners, people ready not just for today's jobs, but adaptable for the jobs of tomorrow.
Many of which we can't even predict yet.
Precisely. That interdisciplinary approach is key for that adaptability. And remember, this report only covers the first 2 years of a 5-year plan that started in April 2023. It's still evolving.
Right, it's ongoing. Now, the report has this need analysis section. Why is this kind of educational shift seen as so necessary?
Well, it argues the future needs hudagogical learners, self-directed ones, who are also really versatile.
Because technology is changing everything so fast.
Exactly. AI, robotics, IoT, VR, AR, 3D printing. The report says these are fundamentally reshaping work.
Yeah, the examples are quite striking. Can you share a couple?
Sure. Think about AI in legal research or robotic surgery in hospitals. That's a massive shift.
You definitely.
Or drone deliveries, AI composing music, AI spotting cancer earlier than humans sometimes can.
Wow.
Plus automation everywhere, driverless cars, air taxis maybe, even 3D printed houses. It's not science fiction anymore.
Paints a very clear picture. So in that world, what skills become absolutely essential?
It comes back to those 21st century skills again. Critical thinking, collaboration, communication, creativity. The report stresses these are foundational for adapting and innovating whatever the specific tech is.
It's interesting, though, that they specifically say ISR's approach goes beyond just coding and screen time.
Yeah.
Often the focus is so heavily technical.
And that's a really important distinction they make. Technical skills matter, sure, but true future readiness needs that broad, interdisciplinary view. Integrate all subjects.
Right.
Their ISR 7E learning framework, we can talk more about the specifics later, it encourages looking at problems holistically, research, critical analysis, collaboration across different fields, valuing the whole problem-solving journey.
And that interdisciplinary piece seems vital for real-world problems.
Mm-hmm.
The report uses a sustainable energy project as an example.
Yeah, it's a great illustration. A project like that might need physics and engineering for the how it works part, environmental science for the impact, art and design for maybe presenting it or making it functional and aesthetic, math for modeling energy use and efficiency.
They see how it all connects.
Exactly. It gives students a much richer, more practical understanding than just studying one subject in isolation.
And this ties back into the National Education Policy, NEP 2020, doesn't it? The emphasis on experiential learning.
Precisely. The report highlights how NEP 2020 sees experiential learning as a cornerstone. It wants learning to be interactive, participatory, rooted in real-world applications, simulations, role plays, group projects. This ISR approach fits right in.
Okay, so let's visualize this in action. ISR is dynamic, hands-on methodology. What's happening in the classroom?
Well, it's designed to sharpen metacognition, getting students to, think about their thinking, understand how they learn best.
Building self-awareness.
Yeah, and fostering a constructive mindset. Learning isn't passive, it's active building. And crucially, making it fun. Integrating subjects, pushing reasoning, memory, critical thinking.
And you mentioned constructivist principles earlier. How does that play out?
It means the teacher is more of a guide, a facilitator, rather than just lecturing. The students are the ones actively constructing knowledge through exploring, experimenting, experiencing things.
Less sage on the stage, more guide on the side.
Exactly that. Asking questions, investigating, building their own understanding.
And the happy zone, that sounds like a key part of the hands-on element. Tell us about that.
Right. The Happy Zone is ISR's dedicated STEAM lab at Don Bosco. It's set up to be really vibrant, engaging, specifically for that kinesthetic, hands-on learning.
Touching, feeling, building.
Yes. Getting physical with materials helps solidify abstract concepts, and building prototypes is huge. It connects theory directly to real-world application. It builds that invention literacy.
So definitely more than just a standard science lab. What are its defining features?
The report points to three main things. 1, collaborative learning, small groups tackling real problems using hands-on inquiry and design thinking.
Okay.
2, open-ended exploration, freedom to experiment, try things, fail, try again, less pressure on getting it right first time. Learning from mistakes.
Absolutely. And 3, interdisciplinary integration, actively pulling connections between subjects, builds holistic understanding and cognitive flexibility.
Sounds really effective. The report mentions benefits like better academic performance.
Yeah, studies suggest this kind of learning helps with academics over time, but also, maybe more importantly, it equips students better for real-life challenges.
Right.
Plus, the flexibility allows kids to lean into their own talents and interests. It's a shift, like the report says, away from just teaching to the test, towards valuing the learning process.
Okay, let's talk outcomes. The report says ISR's learning is outcome-based, using futuristic technologies. What are the key outcomes they're aiming for?
The big picture is developing students into lifelong learners and mindful problem solvers. But it's not just skills. It's also about character and being good citizens.
And they use the 7E learning framework to structure this. It was implemented in 2023-24. Can you walk us through those E's? Sure. It starts with encourage hooking students in, connecting to what they already know. Then explore, where facilitators guide deeper investigation. Engage is about teamwork, planning how to tackle the problem. Experience is the main hands-on part, the experimentation.
Okay.
Explain involves students articulating what they found, often using journals. Evaluate is looking back collectively at the work and the learning. And elate, celebrating the effort and the knowledge gained.
A full cycle.
And the impact. The report says the response was overwhelmingly positive. More motivation, engagement, enthusiasm, real development of those 21st century skills, and, just a genuine love for STEAM growing.
That's great to hear. There's also an ISR outcome framework used for assessment. What's that cover? It seems quite detailed.
It really is comprehensive. It looks beyond just grades. It assesses things like creativity, coming up with novel ideas, adapting, communication listening, speaking clearly, critical thinking, analyzing, solving problems rationally, curiosity, asking questions, exploring.
So a lot of those soft skills that are so important.
Exactly. Plus, compassion, empathy, leadership, commitment to goals, culture, respect, civility, research skills, inquiry, innovation, resilience, bouncing back from challenges, losing the fear of failure.
Oh, that's a broad scope.
It keeps going. Relevance, connecting learning to the real world, applying learning in real-world tasks, respect for diversity, a mindful approach, and ultimately becoming meaningful problem solvers, thinking logically, connecting ideas.
It's very holistic. The report mentions visible enthusiasm and growth across these areas.
Yes, tangible progress. And ISR seems committed to quality assurance too, right? Training, audits.
Definitely. They talk about meticulously crafted modules aligned with NEP 2020, continuous weekly training for facilitators, regular audits by STEAM experts. They even have a pool of backup facilitators, which is smart, and open communication with the school leadership.
That's crucial. And the report notes a lack of trained STEAM facilitators generally in India, so ISR is kind of leading the charge and building that capacity.
Right. And going back to the learning itself, the report emphasizes reflection. Why is reflecting on the doing so important in experiential learning?
Because that's where the deep learning happens. It's not just the activity. It's thinking about what you did, how it worked, what you learned from it.
Okay.
It aligns perfectly with NEP 2020's focus on inquiry and research. The 7E framework helps structure that reflection, encourages questions, removes that fear of failure.
And in the classroom, it's group work, real-life scenarios.
Yeah. Group solving problems using integrated knowledge, research. It's constructivist students discovering, connecting to real life. Lots of freedom to explore. The report suggests this improves cognitive skills across the board, language, thinking speed, memory, attention.
Building versatile brains, basically, and adding value beyond the standard curriculum.
Precisely.
The report gives some specific KPIs for 2020 through 25. What kind of numbers are we talking about?
Well, for hands-on sessions, both preparatory and middle stages got over 30 sessions each year. Their virtual Hudinar sessions had hundreds participating and getting certified. And this is pretty amazing. Over 1,100 students from grades 3 to 7 wrote research papers in both years. 2 have actually been published already.
Wow, publishing research papers at that age, that's impressive.
Yeah.
What about the tools? You mentioned kits earlier.
Yeah, a whole range. Things like an XP kit, educational drones, a Muse kit for invention, bridge building kits, humanoids, AR cubes, e-kits for electronics, BBC microbits for coding, ISR microbots, lots of tangible tech.
Sounds like a well-equipped setup.
Yeah.
And what are the students themselves saying? The report includes their feedback.
It's really positive. They talk a lot about how fun the STEAM classes are. They love the hands-on stuff, building things with the e-kit, coding with the microbit, creating music with Scratch.
So the engagement factor is high.
Very high. They say it makes learning enjoyable and helps them understand tricky concepts better. Specific projects get mentioned, like a birthday surprise or an interactive music band.
It's great to hear that enthusiasm directly. What about the specific topics covered in the modules over the 2 years?
It's a real mix. Robotics is big drones, humanoids, sensors, coding with microbit. Engineering covers electrical, electronics, automotive, even structural. They've done assistive technologies like AR and VR, artificial intelligence basics tools, prompt engineering, data analytics. And in the second year, they added entrepreneurship, financial literacy, strategic planning.
A very future-focused curriculum.
Kidding us?
And performance. How are they tracking that? The report gives grades.
Yeah, it provides grade distributions. For example, in 24-25 prep, 26% got the top A1 grade, 73% got A2. So strong results.
And the assessment method behind those grades.
It's multifaceted, daily formative assessment using their software, the ISR CRM Outcome Framework and XP360. Students keep research journals, there's a feedback loop, they track skill application in the hands-on work, monitor problem-solving, collaboration, creativity. They use rubrics, checklists, peer and self-assessment, plus facilitator observations.
So really looking into the whole picture, not just test scores.
Exactly, evaluating critical thinking, collaboration, creativity in action.
So, stepping back, what are the big benefits for Don Bosco School itself from this partnership?
The report frames it as profoundly positive. It's boosted their educational excellence, positioned them as leaders in innovation, kept them relevant.
Right.
They get access to ISR's top-tier services, resources, expertise. The cutting-edge modules give students practical experience. ISR's expert facilitators bring real-world insight. Plus, the alignment with NEP 2020 is a big plus. It enhances the learning experience, boosts the school's reputation, and the feedback from parents and students has been fantastic.
Sounds like a win-win. ISR offers other programs too, right? The report lists quite a few. Which ones has Don Bosco implemented?
Yeah, ISR has things like Da Vinci Innovation Camp, Musevention, the Da Vinci Soccerbot Championship, Hutenar, Papers, FLY for Leadership, Life XP.
Okay, quite a portfolio.
At Don Bosco Park Circus, they've done the core AI-powered STEAM learning, naturally, plus the Soccerbot Championship, Life XP, Hutenar, and Papers. Musevention is planned for 2025-26.
Got it. And they participated in Tinkerfest 2023. What happened there?
They did. The theme was space. Don Bosco students, guided by ISR facilitators, built a space exploration rover.
Cool.
Yeah, they presented it really well, showed off their skills and confidence gained from the regular STEAM work, and they actually won second place in the competition. A great validation.
Definitely. And the Soccerbot Championship and Life XP event held at Don Bosco sound like major events.
Huge highlights. Soccerbot was the first in Kolkata, all about robotics, teamwork, problem solving, designing, building, programming robots for a soccer tournament. Got lots of media attention too.
Nice. And Life XP.
That was a showcase. Students demonstrating their future-ready skills, AI bots, drones, AR/VR projects, even stuff about the International Space Station. Other schools participated, dignitaries attended, really put the spotlight on what the students are achieving.
And Hutenar and Papers, you mentioned those earlier. The goal is global discussion and publishing research.
Exactly. Hutenar gives them a platform to present ideas globally online. Papers lets them develop those ideas into collaborative research papers, which ISR reviews and publishes. It's about fostering that academic exploration and communication on an international stage.
It's clear ISR has built a lot of strategic partnerships. How does that network benefit a school like Don Bosco?
Massively. They partner with universities globally for knowledge exchange, companies like Google and IBM for tech access, government bodies like the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports for internships, even organizations like the Association for Experiential Education and contributing to UN SDGs.
So it brings a wealth of external resources and credibility.
Absolutely. Expertise, opportunities, alignment with global trends, it all flows back to benefit the students and the school.
And finally, the feedback from parents and students seems consistently positive.
Overwhelmingly so. Parents love how engaged their kids are, how they talk about the activities at home, the positive vibe from the facilitators. And the students just emphasize the fun, the hands-on learning with the kits and coding, how it helps them get concepts they found difficult before. They clearly love the active, creative environment.
This has been a really fascinating look into this partnership. It really seems like ISR and Don Bosco are onto something powerful here.
Absolutely. Cultivating those 21st century skills, sparking a real passion for STEAM through doing, not just listening. It feels like genuine preparation for the future.
Yeah. So hopefully you listening now have a much clearer picture of this innovative initiative and its impact. It leaves you thinking, though, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
How can models like this experiential, hands-on approach, be adopted more widely, scaled up in different schools, different contexts, to empower more young innovators?
That's the big question. What are the key ingredients here? The leadership, the methodology, the partnerships that could potentially be replicated for broader impact? Something definitely worth pondering.